Don't do that.
Welcome to the pastimes. It's a podcast. We're finally doing it. I've got a new voice. You know what we do here. Each week we go through a newspaper picked out from a random date in history by none other than the lovely Dave Anthony. I, Gareth Reynolds, have never seen it, and neither has this week's guest, the great April Richardson. Hello, April.
Hi, how are you guys doing?
Good. Thank you for joining us again.
Hey, thank you for calling me great in the intro.
Well, I will be honest. I do that for everybody.
All right.
Yeah.
I could have let you have it, but
all right. Thank you for.
I like to hurt.
That's all right. Well,
that's why I'm Dave's dad.
I'm gonna take off, guys.
No. Well, real quick, April, you moved to the UK a number of years ago. How do you feel about that silly decision now?
Yeah, it's crazy. I've lived here for 6 years now. That's how long it's been. I gotta tell you, every time I go to the doctor, I'm pretty stoked about it. That's my one measurement of, I'm like, I can just go to the doctor whenever I want. So everything else, it's fine.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty much all I'm worried about.
I can go to the doctor whenever I want.
Yeah, it's just.
How much does it cost?
Lots. Thousands of dollars.
Yeah, okay, sure. All right. See, that's where the disconnect is, because for me, it's zero so far.
I have a choice of a doctor.
A choice. And we're about to not need doctors anymore because we're figuring out how to keep our autism out of our bodies.
That's right.
It's about time somebody figured it out. And who better than RFK, the genius that is RFK.
Much brain as his dad did on his last day.
Such a rich science background. Like, he's just studied and gone to so many universities. Like, he just knows. You know what I mean?
That's why
like,
he took
he knows what he's talking about.
He took a whale's head back to his laboratory to study it.
And then eat it, like all scientists do.
Eat it piece by piece.
He's not the kind of guy that sees a whale, a dead whale on a beach and goes, hey, I'm going to leave that. He's the kind of guy that is like, I'm going to take that home and study it.
We're the kind of guys who go, whoa, a whale head. He's the kind of guy who goes, I'm going to traumatize the fuck out of my kids.
He's the kind of guy who's like, dinner. That's what he thinks when he sees
science, then supper.
Yes, exactly.
Well, Rachel, good Lord, I'm drunk.
April, last time, I swear to God,
that's why it's in my head.
Well, maybe you should stop looking like a Rachel. Did you ever think about that?
Dave's drunk, by the way.
Oh, sure, okay.
People can follow you on the socials. You are hilarious. You're a fan favorite. Your Instagram
are these two things that you've also told everybody else along with great?
No, you're a murderer.
Murderer?
Let's not put that on a permanent record.
April's a murderer. Don't worry, you're not here. You don't go to El Salvador there. People can follow you at April Richardson. And
April Rich on Instagram, and then aprilrichardson.com. My ex-husband, who's a big computer dude, showed me how to make, on Blue Sky, you can make your handle your URL. He showed me how to do that. Yeah. So I did that. aprilrichardson.com.
There you go.
Well. Look at you.
Welcome to 2025, everybody.
That's what makes you great. April, we'd like to guess the year of this paper as you drink from a novelty-sized jar.
It's just a mason jar.
You just go in jars. Yeah. I mean, glasses, jars, whatever.
We would like you to guess first as to what year this paper could be from. The bad news is it's not really much of a competition because Dave will cheat me. The good news is you will win.
Okay. I'm going to say 1942.
Interesting. Very interesting guess. I'm going to go with 1906.
Ooh, April wins because she had a 4 in hers. It is 1894.
Wow.
And you did not have a 4 in yours, so.
Those are really loose rules.
Yeah, they're trash rules.
Yeah.
We live in this podcast. We live under Trump, who's Dave, who just whatever.
It's all about the 4s, people.
Doesn't make any sense. Not a saying. Not something you've ever said. Not something that's ever been said on the show.
I want
before.
Those rules to apply to like lottery tickets. I got A4, so let's
put me in charge,
right? Yeah, put you in charge of the lottery.
No,
I'll have everybody winning all the time.
See, it's Trump
except Gareth.
See, Trump.
Friday, June 8th, 1894, the Rumford Falls Times, Rumford, Maine.
Rumford Falls. Okay.
Rumford Falls.
Nobody knows where that is. And I would have looked it up. Usually I look up, I'm like, where's that town? Does anybody care? Once you're in Maine, it's all the same.
See, since America's fallen, April, now Dave, he's just kind of mailing it in.
Have you been to Maine?
Yeah, I have. Maine's great.
It's all the same. It's all big trees and nature, and it's all
just picturesque.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
So it's all the same. So it doesn't matter where it is. It's in Maine.
Most of these stories and headlines are just gonna be like, a tree is pretty again.
Yeah.
Well, what Gareth wanted was me. Gareth wanted to introduce inequality to Maine. Is me to come on and say one part of Maine is better than another part of Maine, and I didn't do that. I said it's all the same.
You like a part better.
Is that a Maine accent? Is that just a general New England accent?
There's a part on the water, and that's cool.
Yeah, so you like the water part best?
No, I think that the forest is also equally awesome.
No more questions.
A big catch.
So here we go.
Starting off with some local news.
Yeah.
A Rumford Falls contractor, while crossing the bridge the other day, was caught in the nose by a flying fish hook.
Also, bridge? There's just one bridge. We all are supposed to know the bridge.
There's a bridge. Yeah, there's a bridge.
And he got nose hooked.
Yeah. A yank and the hook disappeared. So he then it got ripped out of his nose.
Through his nose, yeah.
I don't know if I believe this story.
I believe it, 100%.
Do you?
Yes.
So somebody was just casting off of the bridge and it hooked
this dude. When you cast a fish hook, you throw it up and then you go. So some of them must have been below.
Or even on the bridge. Someone who was just casting wildly just got the nose. Yeah. I almost did that to my grandma once. Wish I had.
When you were fishing, you were the one casting the rod?
After she passed away.
Oh, you're fishing at her funeral? That seems...
Exhumed. Keep going. I can't get
it. No, I want more of the story. Did she get mad at you?
Did you actually hook her in the face?
No, but it was a near miss, and everyone was like, Jesus. I was a kid, and everyone was like, Jesus Christ. And I was like, what? She was like, oh, that almost got me.
Where was this? Where were you fishing?
I think in Florida. I mean, I was very young, but I think in Florida, same thing, just kind of fishing off of like a dock.
Right.
And I just...
So not the one bridge in Florida.
No.
You tried to kill Nana.
That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing.
I'm not going to
attempted murder.
No.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, this is kind of the same situation. The small boy supposed to be attached to the other end of the line could not be discovered, and the questions who, where, and what for are yet shrouded in mystery.
Okay, so they're trying to say this is a premeditated casting, and then the kid ran away.
Yes,
that's right. Yeah.
I need a follow-up article on the disappearing child with the fishing rod.
Well, we're gonna until this kid comes forward, every child in town shall be punished.
I need like a Dateline episode on this kid.
Yeah.
Well, we need to put all the kids in a jail until, there will be a daily hand severing.
Well, and until we figure it out, let's just put him to work for a little while.
But also, this is the most low stakes, like nailing somebody in the face with a little fishing hook. What are you doing?
It hooked into the nose.
Doesn't do anything.
Little fishing
hook.
It
rips through the nose.
Good Lord.
Sure, but I'm saying if you're really trying to do something.
The man is scarred.
You've listened to one too many of your rock and roll punk albums with their awkward piercings in their face.
Yeah, that's a fish hook in the nose is a fashion statement here in England.
A hook hits a regular man, he bleeds.
Yeah. I want to talk to this kid. Let's find this kid.
This kid's dead, April.
He's alive. He's like 100-something now. Let's find him.
He's not 130. He's dead. This boy's dead. Dave, confirm, please. The boy's dead.
Yeah, boy's dead.
The boy's dead, April.
Damn, we'll never know. We'll never know the motive.
I'm pitching exhume. Exhume and hook like I tried to do to Nana.
Yes.
I think it was Protestant Catholic violence.
Interesting take as usual.
They had that in Maine at the time?
Interesting take as usual.
They had it in America, yeah.
They had a version of the Troubles in Maine specifically?
Yes. We did.
got the
Yeah,
troubles.
seriously. There was like crazy shit that happened here. Yeah.
There's about to be some crazy stuff that's happening. We've got what we call the troubles. That was like local town gossip. Go ahead.
It wasn't that.
I'm a little concerned about what they're calling the troubles, but we
Now-
all are. We all are concerned about that.
So the
Good.
troubles are happening in Massachusetts on The Simpsons?
No, we're a bit north of that area. But,
Yeah, that's. I'm also. Is this a Maine? This is a Maine accent.
that's right. Yeah, right here on
it's
the water.
Boston. It's
It's called Softon. It's a soft Boston, but we still have there's a bit of a drawl. I'm not going to listen to a couple of Yankees who. Go ahead.
Are all people in Maine that shiny?
We're right by the water.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to drop the skincare routine because I feel
Lots
like
of oils.
It's
lots of
really
oils.
gross. Yuck.
you're glowing.
What are you yucking about? What's yuck to you?
It's gross.
What is?
The whole shiny thing
It's nice.
and oils.
It's a youthful
Yeah.
glow.
Yeah, it's oils.
Sure.
It's oils and serums. It's
Yeah,
like an
you know what?
apothecary.
It's okay to age gracefully.
It is. That's right. And I will eventually when it's time, when the serums have run out.
It's like Bezos' wife, a Congress street
come on.
merchant.
That's vicious. That's a hate statement. That's a hatement.
A Congress. How far were you from doing shots, getting the Botox?
Never.
I got Botox
Never.
once.
You did.
I got it once. I
Yeah.
did because, but it has nothing to do with aging. It's because I've got the 11s. I've got like Ice Cube eyebrows where I just look permanently angry. So that's why I got it, but it hurt like fuck, dude.
Did it really?
I only got it right there. Yeah, the lady tried to sell me, like, of course.
Is this in
when
England?
Yeah, it's in England. It was right before
Free
lockdown.
healthcare, was it?
It was not surprisingly not covered by the NHS.
I can only imagine getting Botox in England with that. Don't worry, we've just done your lips again.
No, I went to like, a reputable,
Sure.
spa type place. But I was like,
Sure,
I
spa.
just want it here. I only want to not look mad. I was like, I genuinely don't care about looking old or whatever. It's
Did
just,
she
it always
say
looks like.
tried to not be mad?
Well,
She
your
was like-
problem is you're always pissed off.
Because I'm like the least pissed off person, but because of these specifically, I look like I'm always scowling. So I got it, and then she was like, "What about here? What about here? What about here?" Where you go, "This is not only are you not selling me on it, you're just insulting me. Like you're just listing
yeah.
where all of my wrinkles
Yeah,
are."
yeah.
So I'm good. So I got it there.
neck.
It lasted about 6 months, and then once it, whatever evaporated, I never got it done again. Because
Did you not look angry? I've never thought you
It
looked angry,
worked.
but
Yeah.
It
Oh,
got
really?
rid of
Yeah.
these two lines.
Yeah, it
it
doesn't-
specifically was right there, and it got rid of those two lines for probably about 6 months. And then
Now it's your attitude that tells us you're angry.
right,
Which
right.
is how it should be.
I'm fuming all of
Yeah,
the time.
livid.
Yeah.
That's me.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, we
So I
had someone who had the 11s around here one time right before we had the troubles.
Who is this now? This guy
I'm
is
the same
nowhere.
guy from earlier.
Wait.
But I,
Well, your
Where are you
accent
from?
complaining
changed.
about. I don't like how I was treated earlier. I believe I was more accurate than I was given credit for.
Well, I mean, your accent, sir, is all over the map.
No,
so
it's not.
Yeah,
No,
we
it's not.
thought you were a different guy. It's
No,
so
you
all over-
you made that part up. I'm the same guy as was before.
It literally right
Are
there.
you
right
Australian?
There, I lost it a little for sure. There, I will concede something did happen partially.
A Congress street merchant lost his pocketbook Sunday, discovering its absence soon after returning from church. After search of the streets and hours of anxiety, he accidentally discovered the lost treasure behind the looking glass where he had carefully placed it in the morning.
Dumb story.
Literally
Just
nothing
dumb
happened.
story. The
Nothing
dumbest
happened.
shit ever.
But
Guy
that's
lost his
small
wallet?
town news.
Guy left something and it was where he left it. It's like if your friend told you that, I'd be like, I don't need
Yeah,
that.
this is the story. I looked all over the place for my keys, and they were on the key hook.
I was
Also-
holding them.
This is a
Yeah.
time where printing press, like the effort that goes into making this newspaper is such that
Yes.
it's like you're wasting that
Yes.
on, hey, this
But
guy
they
lost
have
his
to-
wallet.
He has to fill the page.
But
Or
he
it's blank.
could.
Yeah,
There's better stories. This
there
is
has to be.
I mean, this like following this lead, if you're in this area, must have been like.
Imagine the guy with the pencil behind his ear and the little note, like, "Sir, tell me more."
Keep going. Yeah, he was like, "I'd like a couple more of the developments from this particular story.
Can I get a quote, please?" Yeah.
Give me
also,
a
you
quote
said he
for the
left it
paper.
behind his looking glass. Is that what they called mirrors then, or something?
I don't know what a looking glass is. Oh, it must have been in the. Well, it's a pocketbook. Well,
I assume wallet is that
a pocketbook is a wallet, right? So
I assume.
I don't know why it would be behind a looking glass. Yeah, I don't know what that is. A looking glass is like. Gareth has the answer. Gareth, go.
I don't think I do. I mean, I think it was a little mirror. This is April, by the way. This is the best because people listening to the show. This is almost why we do the show at this point. There are some people who are furious at this conversation right now. They're like, "It was a mirror, you
because we don't know what a
because we don't know, and we're googling and we're quitting."
Sorry, we're not nerds.
Well, it's also very funny. Like people can't understand that some people are just like, nah, whatever.
Yeah, they want closure. So this, even right now, people are like, just figure it out. This will be in the comments.
I do that with a ton of stuff. Nah, whatever.
Yeah.
D.T. Roberts.
Hey, I know you said you didn't want to know, but just so you know, here's a link to Looking Glass culture of the mid-1890s.
Totally. I'm a Looking Glass historian, and you guys really fucked this one up.
We're suing you.
D.T. Robertson lost a valuable gold watch Tuesday morning while coming from Dixfield on a bicycle.
I've come from Dixfield.
Yeah.
If he just finds it where he left it, the paper needs to be burned.
He had been in his shop nearly 2 hours before he missed it. He took his wheel and went back nearly to Dixfield when he found it uninjured, although several teams had passed.
Also, his wheel. He was riding a unicycle?
A bicycle.
Oh, it just said wheel singular.
It's still I like to picture that one big wheeled bike with the small
wheel.
That's probably what it was.
Yes. Oh, that's right. It has a small backup wheel.
Why did that start like that? Is that how bikes started?
Yeah.
No.
Is that the first training wheel where it's like you have your giant?
So
we did a bike episode. I think that's how they started. Yeah, I think the big wheel was the early thing.
Like that was the prototype for the bicycle, and then they were like, "This is wildly uncomfortable."
Well, then some guy was like, "What if they were just like the same size?" He was like, I don't think that'd.
Yeah,
I don't think that'll work. I don't think that's.
And then they made two huge ones. How am I going to get on it?
Exactly.
Well, you got to have your bike buddy.
Do you guys remember the guy on Melrose who used to ride a unicycle on Melrose?
Yep.
No.
Yes, it was
specific.
a guy.
I do.
Because I used to go to that pizza place all the time on Melrose, and the guy would
Peach Pit.
The Peach Pit. I loved it. I loved hanging out there with the crew. This guy every time would ride by on not only on a unicycle, but he has a tattoo. He has a clown face tattooed on his face.
Okay, so calling that guy the unicycle guy is your first mistake.
Exactly. But I was such a dick about him because I would see him so often, and obviously his whole thing is like everyone stare at me, that I would physically yawn. I would like yawn super exaggeratedly when he would drive by, just because I'd be like, dude, we get it. You're weird. Because he was wearing like a 1920s gangster suit, tattooed on clown face, riding a giant unicycle.
Here's what I like
up
to
and
think.
down.
I mean, he's in Hollywood.
I like to think that guy was like, there's this woman I walk by who's always tired. So I try to make her day more exciting by putting clown face on my face and riding a unicycle by her just to see if I can spike her adrenaline.
See if I can
never
cheer
works.
her up. Yeah, and all she does
right
is
now
yawn
he's on a
right in my
podcast
face.
like, do you remember the yawning woman who used to walk down Melrose?
Chronically yawning.
She was
every
chronic
time.
yawner.
Yeah.
There is a new terror in town.
Here we go.
It goes forth like a lion, seeking whom it may run down.
Yes.
It is more to be dreaded than a car of juggernaut. Car of juggernaut.
That's fine. I think
Singular?
that's it.
A car of?
I think they
Juggernaut.
opened for Insane Clown Posse.
Yeah. Because it can speed around the square while the juggernaut is turning the corner.
What?
It is more terrible than an army. The juggernaut's got to be like some kind of a wagon situation.
Now I'm asking, what is it? Juggernaut I've only known as like an adjective.
Yeah.
What is a juggernaut?
Car of juggernaut.
A car of juggernaut. What does that mean at all?
Just refresh here. Keep reading, Dave.
It also sounds like a They Might Be Giant song or something.
That's
Yeah, it
true
does.
too. Album.
It is more terrible than an army with banners. Yay, than an army of nurses with baby buggies.
Says a very large, heavy truck.
So it's got to be some
So
kind
a
of big
truck
wagon.
on a car?
It's like a big wagon,
vehicle.
like a
Yeah.
big vehicle.
Okay.
Because I don't have cars yet.
You don't know that.
It is what need to say the woman on a bicycle.
Oh my God.
I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to say it, but it's a fucking problem. It's a
So-
problem in town.
They're basically comparing a woman on a bicycle to like a monster. It's
Yeah.
a monster
It's
terrorizing
not a
the town.
monster. It's
No.
a crazy, large, out of control vehicle. No difference.
April, it's hard for us to mansplain this because you've been
Yes.
brainwashed so much, but
Yeah.
it's not good when we see a woman on a bike. You know what I mean? You
Scared.
get it.
Yeah,
We don't have
We're
to come
scared.
for
out.
sure.
Yeah, we're
Anytime a woman is doing anything on her own,
No,
you know,
no,
with
don't
her
get
own
make it all
agency,
weird.
her own-
Don't make it all
Don't do
weird.
that. Don't do that.
It
Go
is-
ahead, Dave.
No, it's the fact that you're careening about hitting people.
You're riding a man
That's right.
bike. Women
Yes.
need very special woman bikes
That's
with a lot
right.
of padding and sirens, and that's
and
all
pink.
we're saying.
They should be pink. Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
pink.
and you're not driving it. Someone else is.
Someone's
You're on
pushing
it,
you, or
maybe.
someone's there to monitor
Right.
you, like just
Monitor.
for the. And we want women to have fun, but this is just for the safety of everyone around the woman.
Right. No, I understand. We can't. We're not good at
Yes.
things.
As good as man. As good as man, Dave.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We got to be careful because in the past 5 to 10 years, there's been this whole kind of annoying, like thing that it's just been really hard for Dave and I.
Sorry. Can you?
Well, it's just been this
Like,
whole
I'm-
thing where it's just like these. It's just like women and some of these weak soy boy males are going like,
Yeah.
oh, the women that give everything far too, and you're like, oh my god,
Yeah.
stop!
Sure.
Look,
Well said. Well
yeah,
said.
it's just
Yeah.
a lot for us to go. I'm more tired than ever. I'm sleeping better than ever, but it's only because I'm exhausted from the day-to-day grind of just being like, I couldn't do. Oh, am I holding the door? Am I not holding the door?
Sure.
Ugh.
Yes.
Do I pull the seat out, or is that an assault? You know what I mean? I just
Yes.
can't tell anymore. It's very hard to be the man right now.
Finally, somebody says it.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's
I
very
really,
hard.
I appreciate you.
Oh, but
speaking
I buy you a
truth.
drink. Oh, now you don't mind that? You know, come on. Come on.
This is what an apt critique of feminism. You're really making me rethink
Yes.
a lot
I'm
of
just
shit.
telling you. It's
I
just,
appreciate
we
it.
overcorrected. So now we got women on bikes in the park. People are dying. I just want the kids to live.
We're changing the name of this podcast to The Truth.
Yeah, it's
By
a
the
true
way.
pod. It's a true
Thank
pod.
you.
Finally. Just saying what we think for once.
Pedestrians, by the way, I get called a soy boy a lot because
yeah.
our clips get put up on Instagram and then right wingers find them and I get called soy boy all the time,
Great.
which is very funny
Cool.
because I drink soy milk. So
And I like
Is
soy.
that- Do they even still say, is soy boy still a thing? Like that is still.
Oh, yeah.
Beta's
cups or something?
Beta's strong. And here's what I found. Anyone who uses the clown emoji is just a complete it's their way of being like, how do you like that? It's like, it's just to me like a scarlet letter of dumbassery.
Sure.
Clown
So that's
emoji.
still going on. Soy boy
Oh, yeah.
is
Beta,
still going on.
beta, soy boy,
cuck.
cock.
Love it.
Yeah, they're still
Big
there.
one.
Isn't it
All
so
right,
amazing too? Because you're like, you guys won everything.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you won everything. So what are you still mad about? Like
Yeah,
I
there's
don't.
still like God wokeness, and you're like, isn't that over?
you guys are in
Yeah, you
control of
killed it.
everything.
It's over.
So
Stop.
What's
yeah,
the
you're
problem
right.
now?
Being sensitive
Yeah.
is now done. You happy? That'll be
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Pedestrians have slight protection against the man on a bicycle when he goes on a rampage.
Yeah.
They can scurry out into the gutter and kick mud at him. They can scramble upon the fence and hurl hard hunks of language at him. They can subsidize a teamster and sick a coal cart on him. They can lug around baseball bat, walking canes, and knock him out on the fly now and then.
Yeah.
I have never loved a phrase more than hard hunks of language.
hard hunks of language is good.
That's like a poetry book that I'm going to write. hard hunks of language.
I'd like to be on the cover.
That's amazing.
I also don't sleep on the fact that you can hit men off bikes with bats.
Yes, and that's
and
fine.
the complaint.
It's in the paper. They're like telling you in the paper to do it. It's
and women can't do that to the woman.
You can't hit a woman with a bat.
Can't hit a woman off a bike with a bat anymore.
Woke is out of control.
Culture. It's woke.
Woke was happening in the 1800s.
It's woke.
Yeah.
But the woman on a bicycle is another thing altogether. The public has long since recognized the fact that it is at the mercy of the woman on a pavement, especially if she walk double or triple file, and more especially if she carry an umbrella.
All right,
okay,
I
just
co-sign on that because when people are walking like 4 or 5 across this, I fucking
really
Red
bad.
Rover the shit out of them. I hate that shit so much.
I agree.
Yeah,
so
that's why
I agree with that part.
That's the reason I stopped living in cities.
Yeah. Also at the farmer's market, sometimes I'll see like 3 or 4 people talking in the middle, and you're like, "Hey, notice how everyone's really inconvenienced now?" Well, you're like,
Yes.
I know, yeah.
Yes.
My favorite nectarine.
Yes. Let's discuss it right in single file, like across the aisle. I hate that shit.
I do. I love that. That's what I do too. I'm like, I will teach you a lesson going forward.
Yeah.
You're still doing the yawn
right
to the clown, just in different ways, essentially.
Totally.
You're still out there. Yeah.
Also, is this an editorial in this paper that somebody's just like, let me tell you about bikers
Everything
and
is.
how do you like
this is actually from the
deal with
Louisville
them?
Courier Journal. So it must be editorial, yeah.
It's that good of an article.
Put her on a bicycle and she is simply devastation on wheels.
It's just amazing.
It's true.
I
With
never
faith-
thought. I mean, I guess
It's
there had
true.
to be an origin story for women can't drive, and it's women can't ride bikes.
Well,
men were very against women. Not.
I think you'd find it's women can't anything.
Yeah, for sure.
But the two biggest things men were very upset about were women having pockets and women having bicycles.
Yes, God, that pocket thing is still so real.
Yeah. With face set as grimly as fates, with eyes as unseeing as the sphinxes, with petals.
Jesus Christ. It's crazy.
What are you talking about?
It's just crazy.
What the fuck?
With petals as relentless as the jaws which clamp her Tolu? Okay, Tolu. She swoops down the street, and when she does, let the beasts hunt their holes, the fowls of their roosts, and men and children hurry to the second stories, if second stories be in reach.
Hey, can you read that holes part again, but kind of slowly?
She does let the beasts hunt their holes.
Okay.
You like that?
First of all, what the fuck does that mean? Second of all, this is written as if a woman riding a bike is like putting fucking Bernie from Weekend at Bernie's on a bike and pushing him down the street. Like it's just complete chaos.
Yes, now you're getting it.
Dave, I'll handle this. April, because you're a woman, you've never seen a woman on a bike from the man.
I'm a woman. I'm barely comprehending these words that are being said.
They're not good. It's like it's like if you saw a Sasquatch with a samurai sword masturbating, you'd be like, it's really
that
bad.
Crazy. Sure, of course.
It's coming at you.
Say the line again with the samurai sword.
Yeah. It says slower.
Yeah.
It's like seeing a Sasquatch with a samurai sword jacking off, running down the street, coming to warn you.
Yeah.
There you go. See?
Nice.
See what happens when the men are in charge? It goes well.
Somebody is going to make fan art of that. Somewhere on the internet that will become porn.
I hope so.
I hope it ends up in the right-wing chat room, and that's what they see.
You just unlock somebody's very specific fetish.
The clown emoji. Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah, well, that's how we get a listener.
A victim of avarice. In 1812, well, that's weird. So they're just telling a story from
from
several decades ago. In 1812, a teacher of languages in Berlin died literally of hunger. He had been in the habit of giving lessons in the daytime and begging at night.
Is he not?
I don't think they're paying.
I was about to say, these free lessons? I don't understand what.
I don't think he's. What about asking for a salary of some kind?
Yeah.
Nah.
After his death, a sum of money equal to about 100,000 francs was found concealed in his room. He had for his heir a brother whom he had refused to see for the space of 27 years because he had written to him a letter without paying the postage. So he was just a cheap weirdo.
Yeah, and he
he's a cheaper.
hoarded money.
Yeah.
How much for that time? 100,000.
That's a lot of
francs.
fucking money.
Like,
That's a lot of
holy
fucking
shit.
money.
But I don't think we know how much a franc is, do we?
A franc?
Yeah, stop saying
Franc?
franc.
I know how much a franc is. A franc.
You're spelling it F-R-A-N-K.
187 pounds. A normal franc.
No.
You're thinking of a franc.
A franc.
Stop. It's $1. So it's 100. I mean, it's a little over $1.
$100,000 in fucking 1812
but you lucked
is
out
insane.
that a franc is worth like $1. You lucked out.
That's crazy.
That's the money with the hole in it.
Wait a minute. So he's saying that his brother, he tried to write a letter to his brother, but didn't pay for the postage, so his brother never got it, and that's why they never talked.
Saying a lot of stuff. This is one of those articles that's saying a lot of stuff and also very little.
I have a question. Why is this newsworthy? Why would a paper in America be reporting on this?
Well,
April.
Maybe you don't like interesting facts.
Yeah, because we're all still recovering from when the guy found his pocketbook where he left it.
How would this paper find out that a guy in France Germany?
Don't do this. Germany.
This is what you're doing now. What you're doing now is a lot like riding a bicycle out in the street. I'm just saying.
Look,
good point.
My slow lady brain, the gears in my lady brain. They're just grinding against each other. I can't put it together.
It's a lot.
Yeah. I want to know more about this guy. After this, I'm going to look up this guy.
You start a side podcast.
Yeah.
He's not real. There's no way that's real.
Maybe.
I mean, when you're writing a newspaper in 1894 and you're just bringing up random stories from 1812, you're making it up. You're making it up.
How could you possibly verify any of the? Again, I get so jealous retroactively of anybody who lived pre-internet because it's just so easy to lie and fake and scam because there's no way to check on anything.
In the 1800s, you could literally just be like, I don't like this life, and then just go a few states over, and then now you're Frank.
It's like a new high school.
5 miles down the road, and you're like, "What's up? I'm Jeff," and then just make up a whole life, and no one knows.
I'm Jeff. I'm an Olympic gymnast.
Yes. And they're like, oh, amazing. Jeff, you're the king of our town now. That's amazing. And then that's it.
Well, there's also your life. We have a number of dollops where it's like some guy will just be like, if you buy this box for $40,000, it will create money when you walk outside. And people are like, Jesus Christ, take it.
Yes, straight up Music Man shit. And then you just go on to the next town.
Yep.
What a life.
I
think I'd be a scammer if I was around in those times.
Because
it just seems like fun.
But you would be found out. You can't be a scammer and rise to like high office.
Well, obviously I, as a woman, couldn't be because I couldn't get on my bike and ride off after my scams.
That's right.
Thank you.
But you can't be a scammer now. It's not like you could start like some sort of banking company and then start a car company and then a rocket company and
that's true.
You wouldn't be able to.
It's not like we live in a time where no consequences are faced by anybody ever.
You couldn't achieve the highest office in the land and start like one of those fake meme coin things and do a rug pull and that get away with it.
Yeah, you could never because there are laws apparently.
We have checks, we have balances.
Totally. You can never do that now.
Nope, not on my watch.
Sometimes I think about the Dollop fan who was a crazy Elon lover, and when I would make comments about him online, he would attack me, and eventually I blocked him. But sometimes I think about like now, I wish I could go back to that guy and go, so where you at?
He's still in.
He's probably still in.
He's still.
What did he love about him?
It's all smoke and mirrors. The best one is Gareth sent his video that the Hyperloop is just like the
Hyperloop.
best.
The Hyperloop is so again, it's an embarrassment of riches when it comes to picking his largest, craziest failures.
Yeah.
The Hyperloop is
tremendous,
really special.
I guess I have never who's like, that CEO is cool. What a cool guy. Like
White-
the concept of just being like, the guy who owns that company is my hero. Like, what are you fucking talking about? Like, they don't, I don't get that.
I blame it on Bill Gates because in the 90s, Bill Gates was the big villain in America.
Right.
And then he rehabbed his image. He did stuff like pay off NBC. He like you want a grant for $200,000? Like he did shit like that. And now he became seen as something good. And between him and Steve Jobs, I really think that it just created this CEOs are fucking awesome.
It's like, and even if they give to charity and shit, you're like, yeah, they're supposed to be doing that.
And
they're just supposed to be doing it. Yeah. But I guess I don't understand. And this is somebody I admire tons of people, but it's like people who make things. And I don't know. I don't being like,
no,
that
they're largely, awesome. Yeah. It doesn't mean you know how to do everything. You just made a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just can't imagine being like, yeah, the CEO of that car company is my idol. What? What are you talking about?
Well, that's why the Blue Origin space thing, the Yas Queen space mission is so fucking hysterical.
It's really,
It really was like the height of austerity and tone deafness from sort of this like, these like sort of like it's women taking this it's like it's still a Bezos private entity funded and he's putting other near billionaires in this rocket, and then you're mad at us for being like, hey, this fucking sucks from every perspective.
I'm the worst. I fucking hate. I'm like, space is none of our goddamn business. It's none of our business.
What the fuck just happened?
That's a great attitude.
What in the fuck just happened?
Let her cook.
I hate it.
What do you mean I hate space?
Don't give a shit. It's none of my business. It's none of it's space and the deep ocean. Both of those places. None of our fucking business.
Ocean?
None of our business.
Space is none of our business is awesome.
It's true. I mean,
that could be a special title.
Because I'm like, the amount of money. Look, this is a thing. I don't want to like hijack the entire podcast. This is something I feel very strongly about. I think it's a huge fucking waste of money, especially this shit of like, we're going to live on Mars someday.
See, that
no, we
part
fucking
of it,
aren't.
That part of it is a way. I think what NASA was doing was good, but what's happening now is not good. It really. But I do like the idea that you just
none of our business.
Anti-space
none
and
of our
ocean.
goddamn business. Have you seen the shit? When you go down like miles into the ocean,
oh yeah, the dark
and there's
part.
Fucking fish with like chainsaws and lasers on their heads and
the
shit.
Bioluminescence.
Why are we trying to find that out? Like, let them be. Like,
the forest is none of our business.
The forest is different because at least you don't like die if you come out of the forest too fast. If you get the fucking bends when you're trying to escape. Like, the ocean is telling us, do not come here. Every aspect of it is saying, don't come down here. Because even when you try to run away, your fucking legs explode.
I don't agree, but I also can't really argue.
I don't agree either, but I also don't have an argument against what you're saying.
It's a pretty good point.
It is a good point.
Space being none of our business, I get a lot more, but the ocean is not.
It's just not. We're not welcome. Like, did you guys see? I posted all about this because I freaked out. Because a couple of months ago when they posted that fish, they were like, a rare sighting of the fucking devil fish or whatever. And it was like the scariest thing you've ever seen with like giant fangs. And I'm going, you should have to sign an NDA if you work for any ocean shit. Why did you just show this to me? I don't need to know this exists. It doesn't enrich any human life to know that this terrorizing devilfish exists 5 miles down below the surface where no one's ever going to fucking go. Like, don't tell me that. And don't go try to hang out with them. They don't want you there. I just think that shit sucks.
Do you ever go in the ocean? Do you ever go to the beach?
No, fuck no. I go to the beach, but like, I'm never going to swim in anything I can't see the bottom of.
You don't go in the water when you're at the beach?
I go like knee deep, waist deep, tops. It depends on the ocean. When I was like in Greece and you can see the bottom, great. I'll go like waist deep. But down at the English Channel, that's like a 10-minute walk. I knee deep tops. I'm not trying to kick anything with like fangs when I'm swimming.
I'm not trying to kick anything with fangs.
What when you're swimming in the ocean and you're fucking kicking your feet, who fucking knows what you're going to make contact with?
Just so you know, this is like a op-ed in a newspaper from 1894. That's
really?
what you're doing.
Give
it
me
really
the
is.
Ocean is none of our business.
Give me the Pulitzer, dude, because I will write a
Stay
passionate
out of
op-ed.
the ocean.
None of our goddamn business. Leave it alone. None of those fish with all those apparatuses coming out of their face want any contact with us. They don't want their picture taken. Don't show me this picture with this fish. It's got a big chainsaw coming out of its mouth. Like,
That's
I don't want to
actually
know.
one of the. If they could talk, it would be like, no pictures.
Yes,
That's
I
how,
agree.
yeah. Yeah, no, the ocean is full of like beavers. Oh my God. The ocean is none of our business.
Plus, why are we even going to space to look for the aliens? Because those are the aliens. The aliens are what live 5 miles down below in the ocean. Those are fucking aliens.
I don't disagree with you.
This I agree with. You
don't need to go to Mars. You have the scary ass alien in the ocean. We don't need to go discover any shit in space.
I still want to see him.
I still do too, but April's very disappointed in us.
Yeah. I still want to see him.
I do.
Show him to me. Show me all the freaks.
You
Show me the
want
freaks.
to go? Do you guys like scuba dive?
I surf.
I mean, if somebody came to you they said like we have a way that you could go down 2 miles in the ocean, you would do it.
Yes.
No fucking way.
Yes.
Why would you do
I don't know
that?
why you're acting like you're meeting fish right now when we say yes to that. Because
it just makes me scared for you. Like
we're not doing it. Nobody's made that offer. But
the fact that you would be open to it.
By the way, I'm going to go down there and I'm going to kick a bunch of shit with fangs. Yeah.
When I'm surfing, there are sharks around me all the time.
Right, but sharks, I can comprehend the existence of a shark.
What the fuck just happened? What the fuck just happened? Now you're just like,
no.
Sharks are. Yeah, no,
I'm
sharks
not saying
are
that.
friends.
I don't want to hang out with a shark, but I could, a shark makes sense to me. We've learned about sharks. The deeper you go, the more these animals are like, what the fuck am I looking at? It's got like a flashlight hanging off of it, and it's got like 3 feet long teeth. Like those are things where you go, only my night terrors have those in them. A shark has a form that like we go, that looks like a fish. That's a fish. It's a scary fish, but it's a fish. The deeper you go, you're like, what the fuck even is this thing? Like
April,
it's a demon. Like Satan.
April, let me ask you a question. What did the fish do to you?
What did the fang fish do?
I hate them.
So you want a war?
I want them to just be left alone. That's why when people are like, I want to go check them out and hang out with them. That's when I'm like, I think
you're hanging out with the wrong people. Who's
you guys were just like, and happily hang out with these maniacs.
Yeah. We went to the Great Barrier Reef and it was a fantastic experience.
How deep did you go?
We went so deep. We found where it started.
I just can't. I don't know. It's just
Dave
too much.
Dave saw this weird chainsawed fish and he punched it in its fang.
Yep. And then its light came on.
It didn't chainsaw your hand.
Then its light came on. It was like a lamp. He hit a lamp fish.
I don't know. It's just too unknown. Like, it's everything about it. It's the environment. It's like black nothingness, no sound, no nothing. And then again, like I said, if you get freaked out and you try to swim to the surface really fast, you get punished for running away and your lungs explode and you get the bends. Everything about it sucks.
I'm going to drug you and throw you deep into the ocean and wake you up.
I would murder you. Yes. I would murder you if you did that.
I'm gone at that point.
That would be
I'm on my special island.
Cruelest possible thing anyone could ever do to me.
I have to admit that it would be so great if every time Elon said we're going to Mars, people just started yelling at him. It's none of our business.
It would be great to have April on stage with Elon at all space events. Just like, no! Please, April, hold on. Let me get through this.
Because then if you think about that, if his obsession with wanting to live on Mars, look, it seems like it fucking sucks. Who the fuck wants to live on Mars? Like,
some fucking incel loser who mails his cum.
And also, like, the thing that he doesn't ever factor in is how many people in this type of space exploration, how many people die to finally get to be able to live there. It's like tons of people are going to die.
It's a lot easier than
tons of
people.
people. And then once they get there, you're like, oh, cool. So we just all live in this like pod on this barren desert planet.
Yeah.
Seems pretty great. Cool. Like what are you doing? Everyone, we got enough problems here. Stay here, figure out the problems. It's none of our business. Don't send our pop
you don't need to go to
stars
space. You've got the land and the oceans to figure out. Go ahead, Dave. Space is none of our business.
She makes a stern mayor. Miss Yates, the lady who, as mayor, rules the destinies of Wonhunga, New Zealand.
Oh. I was going to say, it didn't seem like America would
have
a lady.
Wonhunga.
It seems like quite a leap to go from they can't ride bikes to now one is a mayor.
Let her distribute the economy.
We're just finding different ladies to talk shit about. Now we found one in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Has introduced some new rules of etiquette. During a discussion on the resignation of the sanitary inspector, one of the counselors assumed a smiling expression, whereupon the lady reproved him with the remark, "This is no place to smile." That made world news. Lady telling a guy that made world news.
But I can see, because that's like she did the Uno reverse, dude. Because we're told to smile every time we're walking down the street.
Right.
So she was like,
paper is written just about how worried men are that women are doing anything that they shouldn't be. It's not surprising.
And again, good thing that's changed.
I know.
It's a good thing that we don't live in that kind of time anymore.
6 went to space. Where I'm told it is actually some of our business.
Wait, by the way, I didn't obviously watch, like, what did they technically do?
Oh, you don't want to know.
They just hit the space barrier and then came back or something?
But Katy, I can't not know. Katy Perry had a flower and discovered Earth.
And what else did she do?
She sang.
She sang a song.
In space?
Mm-hmm.
What was the song again? I keep thinking it's We Are the World. It's not We Are the World. It's,
it was... I love Earth and I polluted it more than anyone else can in 2 minutes.
But no,
what a wonderful world. She's saying what a wonderful world. What a fucking asshole.
So they just hit the edge of the atmosphere or something and then came right back.
They did the baby space.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
God, it's so amazing.
I'm glad that they used the $8 zillion to do that.
Yeah, but one of them's going to blow up, and they are going to be so shocked at the Luigi-like reaction.
Oh, they were shocked by this reaction. If that had blown up,
oh my God!
I'm telling you.
Yep, they have no idea what.
They just don't.
They don't know. They don't
get it. It really is amazing.
Is Bezos also does he also want to live on Mars? Or
he
just wants
big
people
of a Mars guy as Elon.
Yeah.
Because Elon's whole Mars plan, Elon deep down in his head knows it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Right.
But so Bezos is probably a little more aware that it's just not going to happen.
He's just going to space. He's just doing this because he thinks it's fun to go to space.
Well, it really is. It's just kind of a new level of affluent tourism.
I
mean, literally, his favorite show was a space show about other civilizations or whatever.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he got into space and wanted to go to space. That's literally how it happened.
Yeah, it's why we can't give these people this much money. Because then you're like, why are you doing it? And he's like, we've got to do something. I have everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Space seems so boring, dude.
Excuse me, you're biased. We've already heard your pitch on space.
What do you do once you get there?
Star Trek? Have you ever seen Star Trek?
No,
it's not boring at all.
Buddy.
Anything space.
Why would she watch it? It's none of her business.
So you don't even know. You don't even know what a Kardashian is.
I just don't care. Why would I watch Star Trek? It's like I don't. And I also like how you bring that out like it's a documentary. Like it's Star Trek is the truth.
Star Trek
space.
is beamed in from the future. It's a documentary beamed from the future.
I'll have you know, these are episodes specifically from the captain's log.
Yeah. These are from official documents. Yeah.
He says it every episode.
Yeah.
April.
I'm just not a space guy. I've never been a space guy.
It hasn't come across in this episode of podcast.
Woman's World.
What the fuck?
I
The
like it.
Philadelphia Convention of Women's Clubs. Oh, God, time to get out of town, you know.
Oh, boy. They'll sink.
It was good to be at Philadelphia at the second biennial convention of the General Federation of the Women's Clubs, and it was lots of fun. When all is said, there is probably no one who enjoys women more than a woman. It's not the way I do it. I'll tell you that.
Honestly, that sentence could not have ended either way.
That's a category on Pornhub that they just accidentally.
Women loving women.
Yeah.
Although she takes herself individually very seriously, she has a happy faculty of putting herself on the outside when looking at the rest of her sex, and she finds them very amusing.
Is this just a universal she? They just mean like.
Yes, woman. General.
Yeah, that's how we talk about like a dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just normal, fine stuff.
It is funny how this, like, it's talking about us like we're a different species.
I know it is. It's like
just,
a guy. It's like a guy in the wild. It's like Jack Hanna. Like, and you
like
can see
David
here.
Attenborough or something. Yeah.
And Jack, where's her dick? It's a very funny thing about the woman. Actually, the woman doesn't actually have the dick.
Totally. This is so wild.
Gareth's going to get in trouble for that. For example, almost every other woman, when she went into the room in the New Century Clubhouse, where her railroad tickets were to be vised for the reduced rates, she found that the railroad had sent an agent to receive them, a man who was very deaf. Okay, so they're getting their tickets like.
Is this an Agatha
comped,
Christie setup?
I think they're getting comped tickets or something.
Oh, okay.
And so the railroad, they sent a deaf guy to do the job.
That's where I got a little lost, but okay.
Sure.
No questions were needed to be asked. The certificates told the story, and the agent did his work with skill and dispatch, but the women saw the humor in it.
Of
Quote,
him being deaf?
The humor of his deafness?
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Quote, isn't it funny? Perfectly delicious. I suppose they thought we should talk him to death. These and similar comments betrayed their appreciation and enjoyment of the situation.
There we go. There we go. So they're like, they sent a deaf guy because all these bitches be nagging. So we got to send a deaf guy.
The men were like, how will one man stand the talking of 6 to 8 women?
Yes.
What we'll do, let's send Herbert. He has no ears.
Yep.
He will be able to survive.
Wow.
Well.
No. See, now that you said I'm going to get in trouble, I'm going the other side. That's disgusting. What a disgusting joke, Dave.
Women's suffrage and women's brain.
Is this the same article?
It's right near it.
Okay. But it's a different article?
Amazing.
Well, there's kind of a lot of women
This guy's
stuff
going
here.
on a real run. The editor was like, first of all, we start with hooks and nose. The guy lost something, and then why women
Tell
keep
me
fucking
more about the women's brain.
What is so great about this time, and not now, obviously, is that anytime you got mad at your wife or someone broke up with you or someone didn't go out with you on a date, you could then just hit the paper and just write this shit.
Yeah, and it becomes all women's fault because totally.
Yep.
The present very active and enlightening agitation over the question of women's suffrage calls up, by the way, that did not work out, calls up again the many now established facts about the physiological differences in the nervous system of the sexes.
Jesus Christ.
So this is science.
Mm-hmm.
This is science.
You see, in my opinion, what's inside of a woman is none of our business. It's like the ocean.
Not very long ago, Sir James Crichton Browne delivered a series of lectures in which he aimed to show from actual data that the brains of women were not only relatively smaller than, but essentially different in structural arrangement and functional characteristics from those of man.
Yes.
But is he doing that by like holding a woman's brain? Or it's just this guy, because a lot of it is just a guy.
You don't need to actually hold a woman's brain. You can give examples.
Yeah, right. So it's just like
behavioral examples.
Look at how they ride bikes.
Right.
Thank
Obviously,
you. Yes,
But it was
great
just-
example how they treat the deaf man.
Yes. I mean, we already have all of these examples from
It's
today's
just-
episode alone.
It's just so great to be in a time when you could just be like, I figured out a woman's brain. And everyone's like, oh, gather round.
Yeah.
He, in particular, showed that the vertebral arteries in women are larger in proportion to the carotids than they are in men, and that the cerebellum and posterior parts of the brain were, therefore, more nourished proportionally. The brain of a woman is 4% smaller than that of a man after deducting the factors of height and weight.
Just shut up. It's just so fucking.
I love it. I mean, especially because, in this day and age, this is a doctor who probably if you go to the doctor then, hey, I got a headache. Hey, have you thought of doing cocaine about it? This is those doctors where they're like, do you want to try leeches and cocaine? So
Your brain
I love
is
that this
tiny.
guy is.
Yeah, this guy's got the big brain.
Yeah. Amazing.
Oh, this is good. And woman's brain, as soon as it reaches its apogee, begins to decline in weight so that senile atrophy is manifested sooner than in a man.
Hey, this might be confirming everything this guy says, so I probably shouldn't say it out loud, but is how much your brain weighs really have any bearing on your intelligence?
Oh, yeah.
Are you like,
my wife and
Guy's got big fat brain. Go, Dave.
Well, my wife and I had an argument over this, so I had her lay on the scale, and then we both weighed our heads.
April, do you not have a head scale?
I don't, and it's interesting because I guess already anybody who brings up IQ, I'm already like, what? But now I love the idea of being like, not even IQ, just going, how much does your brain weigh? Mine weighs fucking 10 pounds, dude. How about yours?
This is Chad. He's got a 9-pound brain.
Yeah, like who knows that about their brain, and how in the world does that dictate your intelligence?
This is also a time when these people are just eating spoonfuls of lead.
Yes, exactly.
So
they probably have swelling in their brains from the lead paint chips, and they're like, that means I'm smart. It's heavy.
There is no doubt, we believe, in the minds of physiologists that, so this is phrenology shit, right?
Yeah.
Of course,
that the mental characteristics of a woman have a structural basis in the conformation and amount of her nervous tissues. Okay. And that no amount of training will make.
That's what she uses when she cries, April.
And no amount of training will make the male and female brains alike.
Yeah,
They're
so
just
you
different.
can't read yourself
No
out of
amount
this.
of training, also, because it's like
Sorry, ladies.
This
Sorry, ladies.
men's brains are from Mars and women's brains are from
totally,
Venus.
totally.
We're not going to Mars with our brains, though, Dave. That ain't none of our business.
Of course, all this does not in the least prove that woman's mind is not adapted to the demands of suffrage or political, jury, and military duty. It only shows that the result of the conferring suffrage cannot be positively predicted either one way or the other, since it would be injecting into our political system an entirely new factor.
So it's like, don't let women vote because their brains aren't fat enough?
I mean, I think so.
But it was the equivalent at the end there of going like, ladies, we're not saying you can't do everything. Certain things are bad for you.
Yes. If you had heavier brains, we would let you do these other things.
Yeah.
But
you have
your
brain ain't fat enough, baby.
With the feeble brains that you do have, we understand that you at least know how to cook and sew and
And that's plenty for us.
Yeah, that's all you need.
You've done enough.
Yeah.
Well,
Amazing.
It's been a very informative episode in a number of ways.
That's it. We're ending on the women's brains are feeble.
We learned about women.
Yeah.
This was an article that we learned about women. And that's why we had you on as a guest woman.
It's all settled. The science
this
is settled.
episode goes out on International Women's Day, which I think is going to be very important.
Yeah.
Wait, what day is? I don't even know what day that is.
7th or something.
Yeah, it's like October, I don't know, 33rd. Anyway, April, thank you for joining us. Thank you for being Rachel at the beginning. Thank you for being April by the end.
Anytime. Rachel is the one that you can take out to the ocean.
I was going to say, I think your legacy on this episode will be your tough but fair stance on space and the ocean.
That's right.
Fuck them both. That's my stance. Fuck them both.
Okay.
Wow.
Nobody
thank
should
you.
go.
Thank you, April.
Thanks,
A
you
pleasure.
guys.
And
Of
come back to
course.
America as soon as you can. Things are really
Yeah,
shaping
it's
up.
great. It's tempting. It's tempting.
Hurry up.
Yeah.
Hurry up.